I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love a movie that just slowly unfolds throughout its runtime. You know when you just get revelation after revelation? Now granted, the revelations have to be good and at least make sense, but you know what? I'm always here to try one out. Now today's video came as a recommendation from, and apologies, I'm going to have to read this because I can't memorise it, 𝗲𝗄𝗄𝗏. Now without vowels, I really don't know how to pronounce that, but with your obligatory recommendation, here's my obligatory thank you. Thank you. So today's movie we're looking at is 9 Dead. Now I couldn't find this movie online, which does seem to be par for the course. That leaves me with plan B as always, picking it up online for a bargain I can find, and here we go, 9 Dead. It is the French version, but don't worry, it's all intact. I mean, at least it's not the German version, because, you know, in that movie, no one dies. 9 Dead. If you know German, that's good. When I looked this up, just look at the front cover and tell me the first movie that jumps to mind. I think we all know what we're talking about here. It's 𝗃𝗏. It's 𝗃𝗏 1. Look at it. They've got the toilet. They've got the person on the floor with a gun, and they're dead, and somebody's like tied to a post. It's fucking 𝗃𝗏. The back of the box does seem to have multiple people tied to posts, which, in fairness, 𝗃𝗏 does. But there is 5 in this, so 5 in it. 9 Dead. I'm not quite sure what they're going for with this. Look, I know a toilet isn't exactly a rip-off, but when you look at a small dank basement room bathroom thing with a toilet in it, that's 𝗃𝗏. Like, they have taken that as their own of just awful looking toilets. So I'm engaged. I mean, by now you know it on this channel. I love a claustrophobic movie, you know, where people are put together in a small space and the story unfolds around them. It being like 𝗃𝗏 is either going to work in its favour or not. I'm curious. So without further ado, grab yourself a drink, kick your feet up, and if you haven't yet, do consider hitting subscribe. I've got 5,000 in my sights and I'm hoping to reach it. And let's see what 9 Dead is all about. We are opening up on some planning and construction going down of what is obviously going to be the torture room. It isn't too often we actually see the construction of the room. I personally love it. I'm a huge fan when we get this sort of peek behind the curtain. It's got the staples of the saw room, and we just check it's sturdy. We're putting in the timers, you know the old shtick by now. Our creep of the movie is testing his tasers and other types of tasers, and a good old revolver. He's strapped, put it that way. Now it is a low budget horror movie, so, you know, how long are we going to wait until we get the money shot? Well, there it is already. There you go, guys. Money shot. We're following this chap here. Just the look of him, he does look like a bit of a prick. I know you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can judge a prick by the way he carries himself, let's be honest.
You get paid to dance, not to sit on your ass drinking.
Now it's weird because throughout this movie, he kind of moved between looking exactly like and then not at all. That guy that played Kick-Ass. Forget his name. Aaron Johnson? He looks like him, and then sometimes he just doesn't look like him. It's weird. He just seems like a rich asshole that owns a club.
You can be a real asshole when you want to be.
They show how much of a prick he is by the unnecessary level of protection he has. Like, why would you barge into anybody like that? It's an open space, for fuck's sake. You can avoid it. Jump on over to our next trap contestant, Jackson, I think. These older and low budget movies are harder to see who's who on IMDb to like get their names in early as I'm writing it out. A lot of the time there's no photos, which really doesn't help. His pal gets maced, he gets tased, and that's him caught up. Now obviously I don't know what director's notes his pal got in this scene here, but you try and tell me he is not doing his fucking best impression of De Niro.
Well, who the hell else are you talking? You talking to me?
We just move along to our next chap here who is watching news of the kidnappings.
The greater Los Angeles area has been plagued with a rash of kidnappings.
So it's not clear how long this has been going on for. Like, it looks like it would all take place in one night, but it's already on the news. That being said, I wonder who's next. Oh, it's definitely him. Nice photo, my guy. Real threatening. At least we know he's Coogan, though. I don't need to go IMDb for that one. But just to give you an example, this is his current IMDb photo. Do you see how difficult it is to try and get their names sometimes? It's a fucking nightmare. He's been followed, but this man is taking the offensive route.
You want to get out of the car? Isn't that cute?
Fuck me, this mask is weird. Like, at this point, I don't know if it's silly or scary. He just looks like somebody without his teeth in, do you know what I mean? We'll wait and see how scary it gets. In either case, Coogan breaks that first rule and brings a knife to a gunfight and really should have been watching the right hand. That is some Home Alone electric trap acting right there. Onwards to another bar owner and okay, he gets absolutely like no time whatsoever. He's just gone. And here we get Kelly.
Warning about a kidnapping in Barstow, and they like Jackson's guy for that too.
That's right, Sabrina the Teenage Witch is in this movie. See, when I booted up the movie, this played. It unlocked half a memory for me because I remembered it so distinctly, just not from where. It's Sabrina. It's Sabrina. She is putting this out. Like, she actually worked on this movie. Didn't expect it. Now we just cut on over to the room, and yeah, I didn't miss any out, by the way. Like, they must have just ran out of ideas for how to abduct people. They're all now just getting their bags and tape off and giving us just a very quick reaction to let us know what the personalities are like.
No. You're dead! No. Much thanks. Dear Lord.
Do you have any idea who I am, son of a bitch?
Yes, you're Sabrina. We all know this. You are the only reason I know what Salem is.
It's 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. Salem, 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃.
The creep fumbles one, but you know, we move. Like, there's no need for another take, is there? With everybody now able to talk and see, the creep here just sets the stage for everybody.
I brought the 9 of you here today for a reason, and your survival depends on you discovering what that reason is. I'm going to leave you alone for your discussions, but I'll return every 10 minutes and kill one of you until you either figure it out or until you're all dead.
I am into his voice here. Well, not into it, but I'm into it. Like, it's good for the movie. That's what I mean. Keep it. Get your head out the gutter.
Oh, say it again, Dexter.
But I'll return every 10 minutes and kill one of you.
Like, just for once, they've not tried to imitate Jigsaw or anything like that. They've just went for a new voice. Well done.
If you do manage to figure it out, I'll free the survivors, notify the police of our location, and make a full confession to all the crimes I will commit here today.
So simply put, these 9 have to discover how they are all connected. And every 10 minutes, the creep's going to come in, double check if they know how they're all connected, and I mean all of them, and if they don't know, somebody gets killed. That's the long and short of it. See, for a creep, he's not all bad. He gives them some chalk so they can like take notes or play hangman or tic-tac-toe. You know, whatever they want, it's their time. The movie here, though, just goes as you would expect. You know, it's all disbelief and wild theories.
I don't know who all of you are, but somebody better start talking because I am not dying here today.
He's gonna kill us. So there has to be something.
To hell with that guy. He's a punk, and my money says that he's a cop.
What?
I mean, I love a theory, but come on. It's definitely not the fucking police.
Gets them all scared and crowing about the shit that they did. The cops write a list and bust us all.
This is not a setup by the cops.
We just go around the room like this for quite a while.
It's not the cops.
How can you be so sure?
Coogan's acting, though, just threw me off.
A couple of years ago, got in a barroom fight with the guy. Guy turns out to be a cop.
I don't know yet if he's supposed to be gay, but he is just leaning into all the stereotypes. Like, there's no subtlety. Surprisingly, in this moment, the priest is the one making the most sense.
Look, he's obviously crazy, so that's something we can use to our advantage.
Are we supposed to think of a crime that's so horrible that he would kill 9 people as a result? Some horrible crime that we did.
How do you respond to that? Like, he's just spitting facts. We just go silent for a while until old sweater vest here decides to chime in.
I'm sorry, Father, but the worst thing one person can do to another is child molestation.
What the actual fuck, man? We didn't even get an intro for you, and this is your first impression? You need to work on those.
Boom. A child.
Let's not forget that we are currently trying to find out about a crime that they are all involved in somehow. He is working backwards Sherlock Holmes style, it seems. Coogan then decides to chime in for absolutely who fucking knows why.
I never would do such a thing.
I have.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Why would you admit this? I mean, obviously, why would you do it? scummy prick. However, he just met these people. He's not even been like waterboarded or even questioned. He's just opening up with it. Fucking Coogan. He just keeps digging, by the way, and he does not get better.
With like boys or girls?
Does it matter to you?
No.
Me neither.
What is going on?
Weirdly, he is now the one though that gives them all some epiphany. I am so conflicted on Coogan as a character.
What I've done might have gotten me here. What have all of you done to deserve the death penalty?
I mean, as a real person, of course, get him to fuck. In the movie, he is carrying it so far. It feels weird to say that. Big Eddie though jumps in and he is just trying to get that ball rolling.
My name is 𝗷𝘂𝘀𝗃𝗏.
Hi, Eddie.
I don't know, maybe that helps somebody?
No, Eddie. No, it doesn't.
Poor Eddie, man. The guy just wants out this place. We all just start writing up our own names on the wall. You know, Kelly, being an attorney, might have put him away.
I mean, I've made more than a few enemies. But there are people that keep tabs on parolees that might come after me. And no one saw this guy coming.
We also learn that Christian here has dealt with this prick previously.
Deal came my way. Some pharmaceutical grade speed. I was about $5 grand short, so I went to Sully. I heard he was in the business for loaning money for drugs for part of the product and the profits.
I'm sure $5 grand sounded pretty sweet to me at the time, especially selling meth.
We're like 5 minutes on, by the way, and Eddie is just still writing his name up. He's a little bit slow. I can see why he wanted to get the ball rolling.
I had nothing going into prison. I didn't even less getting out.
Leon here gets a tad of the FOMO.
You guys forgot about me.
But also forgets that everyone just chimed up of their own accord and no one asked them. So yeah, he's got a chip on his shoulder. I wonder if anyone has anything racist to add here.
I just figured you're from Los Angeles since, you know, the city's chock full of you pussies.
Of course this prick does. Fucking hell.
You know, the city's chock full of you pussies.
I got you.
This is just stereotype the movie at this point. We have a priest, a diddler, a normal-ish guy, a prick businessman, an independent woman, a no-nonsense guy, a low-life criminal, and the one that gets walked over. And don't forget, they included a minority character as well.
But I think we're forgetting about someone.
We start now giving focus to Nung, which, surprise, surprise, people, she doesn't speak English.
Say something. I know you understand us.
我知道你们要跟我说话，我不明白呀。
你
是黑鬼。
Whoa, that is not okay. Fucking hell. Leon, man, I was all for defending you as well, but you fucked it now. She claps back, and it turns out that the only English she seems to know is a hard R, which, for obvious reasons, not going to play it here.
What the fuck did you say?
Now, we've had our intros, we've had our fun, and a bit too much racism for my liking already, but time is ticking down.
God, for the last time, this has absolutely nothing to do with the cops. How can you be so sure? Because I am a cop. I knew it.
Oh, so Normie is a cop. I knew something was missing from this group.
I knew it. I thought if I told you scumbags I was LA County, you wouldn't say anything knowing I was one of the good guys.
Good guys.
The latest theory we've got here is that the killer will be taking them out of the room, but then not killing them. You know, they'll just fake it, put a bit of pressure on the people inside the room.
I make you a bet that our masked host comes back in here, grabs one of us, brings him outside, shoots the gun up into the air, and we all think he's dead.
Yep. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna sweat us.
He won't do shit!
It is coming from Coogan though. Given his past, I don't quite trust his judgment. No siree.
My travels have taken me all over.
Leon still hasn't given up his name yet.
You still haven't gotten your name.
You didn't?
He just tells us that Nung has said it already and like nobody jumps in.
It's what you and everyone else think. Nigga. Right?
They all just leave that statement out there like a bad fart and move on.
You think this is funny? This isn't funny.
It is mad how this movie has just hit racism so hard, so early. It's even weirder when you remember that it's fucking Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
And you have no desire whatsoever to have me committed.
Creep walks in right on cue and he is looking for the answers.
Why are you here?
You gotta give us more time.
I hope whoever he picks is not important right now.
Okay.
Of course it's the lowly criminal, like he's been useless so far. You could argue that Nung has offered far less. However, it is more curious than she's there, so keep her around for a while. Creep just starts whispering something into his ear though and he hits out with this.
How could I have known own that.
Mate, you're dead anyway. Like, why the fuck? Like, you should have just shouted it out. Like, he's going to kill you either way. At least give a clue to the other guys. Surprise, surprise, he gets absolutely dropped.
Please, no.
Yep, they are not faking it around here. Although, 𝗃𝗀𝗀 has clearly found a new kink. I don't know what's worse, if the actor knew what he signed up for or didn't. Like, if he read the script and was like, I can do that fucking well, or if he walked in, they changed it on him last minute and he's like, oh fuck, I just need to do this then. I don't know what's better. Fuck. Creep just gives us one last little bit of advice.
You have to know why I brought each and every one of you here. You better figure out why he was here as well.
I actually hadn't considered that, so this is going to be much harder than I first thought. 𝗃𝗀𝗀 just obviously keeps creeping everybody out.
Who are you praying to? God's not here.
Now we all just start flexing our Duolingo progress to speak to 𝗏.
Does anybody here speak Chinese?
I speak a little Spanish.
Hablo español?
我什么都不懂啊！你别跟我说乱说话，急死我了。
Really? Oh. No dice.
Kelly brings Leon into the fold.
I think it's about time we heard from you.
I'm Leon, from LA. My brother and I used to work up and down the West Coast.
What kind of work did you do?
Oh, it's flashback time. He even gives a look like, man, you know my story's going to need a visual aid.
Looking for this?
Wait, we needed a fucking flashback for that. Leon, watch this. I was a thief. That's it. That's all you need to do. That nailed it, mate.
I never killed anybody, but I'll rob your ass. Guns could be better than cash. Kelly, did you ever prosecute Leon?
No, he doesn't look familiar.
𝗃𝗀𝗀 starts dotting it all together more.
The cop and Kelly know each other, and Christian and 𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗱𝗍 know each other, then it would make sense that we're all connected here. Whether we know it or not.
And again, I am still conflicted because 𝗃𝗀𝗀 is the front runner in this movie.
Thank you.
Like, I want to hate him 100%, but I would be lying to you as an audience if I said that a small piece of me didn't want him to stick around for longer. Just to put the story together, to assure you. Once that's done, fucking goodbye 𝗃𝗀𝗀. I love that 𝗏 reacts to this bombshell just like the rest of them. Like, she has no fucking idea what was just said. She doesn't speak Spanish.
Yeah, you can help. And so can you!
Father gives us some holy speech now, but that is long overdue at this point.
I spent every waking moment serving God by trying to help people in my community, and all you seem to do is try to destroy life.
You put yourself up on a pedestal, but you're here just like the rest of us.
Now Eddie gets brought on into the fold.
Eddie! What? Nobody's stopping you from talking, Eddie.
Only to get, like, slapped down so fast.
I work for a health insurance carrier. I'm from Barstow.
That's fascinating. Any other useless facts you'd like to pass around?
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Eddie. Fuck. Fucking Eddie. Long story short for Eddie, he works in insurance, he faked some documents so his brother could get help. That's Eddie in a nutshell, that and the fucking sweater vest. I have never seen a sweater vest in real life. It might just be where I live, however, they don't seem as common as you see them on TV. That's all I'm saying. So he's evil and belongs here. Good. That's what we need to know.
I'm a good person. I don't deserve to be here. I shouldn't be here.
Oh, my bad, Eddie. Sorry.
Relax there, leaky faucet.
Comedy gold.
I wonder if Kelly is innocent in all this. Like, you'd think someone needs to be, right?
Jackson and I used to sleep together.
Yeah, until my wife found out.
Oh, Kelly the adult bitch more like. Am I right, guys? Am I fucking right?
Yeah, well, she's just pissed off because we got caught.
Yeah, it was your big mouth that got us caught.
I'm willing to bet she had a big mouth too, you know?
I lost my wife!
Yeah, and I was labeled the home-wrecking slut. That did wonders for my career.
And I wasn't the only person you were screwing around with. What was it? A month before some judge knocked you up?
That's fair, Kelly. I'll let it slide for that one. We jump back on over to Creep, who, of course, as you would expect, has newspaper clippings. Now, we don't get the full picture from these, but at this point, I'm guessing that all the crime led to low prices and more crime, and this creep's family were killed. I genuinely have no clue where the movie's going to go at this point, like how they're all connected. We flip around the definitely not green screen monitor and see the world's most depressing strip club stage. You have the set, make it fun, it can't be difficult. Leon is starting to get sus.
You want a tall drink of water.
What?
And the prick, well, he acts like you would imagine, just more like a prick.
Oh, you're turning faggot now?
The closest one to me.
What are you doing?
So start kicking.
You're crazy, man.
You got a better idea? Break my hands, I can get out these cuffs.
Oh, that's the plan. Why not just say, hey, I've only now just noticed that you're very tall.
Come on, game it up.
I'll get it.
Finally, some action going down. Well, other than a death, like we've got more action. However, I may be wrong on this, so please do correct me. But see, just through movies and TVs, like that's the only place I've learned this. I've always thought that if you wanted to get out of cuffs or something like that, you like had to just break your thumb down. Like you could do it yourself, and then you can slide out. It doesn't need to be fucking kicked.
All right.
Anyway, what is the plan here besides shouting loudly in secret?
Leon, get behind the door. Come on.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I got a better one.
Nice.
Later.
Oh, right, Leon is just playing a solo campaign now. Poor Nung, by the way, like she just has no idea what the fuck's happening at all.
Leon, you can't leave us in here like this.
Over to Creep, and we just spot a kid's photo here. So now I'm thinking, did his kid die in a robbery or potentially a fire? I don't have a fucking clue. I like it though. I like that I don't know, and that it's going to start unfolding more. Creep runs into Leon, and we are getting some fighting now. Oh shit, Leon might actually come out of this alive, if only Creep had planned for this somehow.
I've been planning this for 2 years. Nothing is going to take away what I have in store for you and the others, and I mean nothing. Before I enter, I place 1 bullet to that gun you hold. But this gun holds 6.
Never mind, he had it covered. Of course he did. The guy's got multiple tasers, set this whole room up. He's prepared. Quick time out, by the way. I understand the gun switcheroo, but let's remember, he spent 2 years planning this entire thing. Like, he built a fucking murder room for it. What if Leon had just continued to beat him at this point? Like, what was his plan going to be then? Because he's not getting out of that. Leon learns the hard way that you just cannot outrun a bullet, and we are another man down.
Fuck!
Oh, never mind, not down, just wounded. Creep gives us that signature line we are waiting for.
Why are you here?
Before moving on to Coogan.
Maybe you should move him out of the way of the splatter. I'd hate to see somebody die before you get a chance to kill him yourself. Yeah, that's a good reason.
Again, he clearly says something. Like, he clearly gives them the answer. Why are they not blurting it out? Be better. In your last moment, your very last moments on this earth. Be good. That's all we could have wanted from you. 𝗲𝗏𝗱 now is just trying to pray, and the priest cannot help him, and I'm confused by that. Like, is that the twist? Is he not really a priest? Is that what we're going for?
I used to know it. I've said it like 1,000,000 times. Can you help me, Father?
I don't know. I can't remember, but it's so familiar.
This prick needs to work on his insults. He really does.
You finding something funny there, bleeding boy?
We now know that Leon is next up.
I got 8 minutes to live. I've been thinking about you, bitches.
So it's game face time for everybody.
Come on, we can figure this out. Let's put our heads together, guys. Come on, we can do this.
我记得了，你是我那个 lawyer 啊。
Also, Nung knows 2 words. Good on her. Lawyer and the other one.
The hard R pass is not available at this time.
It is all starting to come together now.
戴眼镜的。
Glasses?
戴眼镜。
Glasses.
I haven't worn glasses in years.
I remember when you wore glasses. This lady knows you, or she did know you.
Kind of. We're getting there. Little revelation at a time.
Ben!
Robbery!
Mrs. Chan?
Chan!
Clearly 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗱𝗃 here just does not know how to spell Nung.
Yeah, Chan picked him out of a lineup I prosecuted. He went to San Quentin.
Okay, so it turns out that Nung, or Chan, owned the store that got robbed by some random.
Wade Greeley. He was a total punk kid, 20 years old, a total loser.
So that's it? That's why we're here? What about you, Father? Does any of this mean anything to you?
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Leon, in his final 10 minutes on Earth, decides to have a change of heart and wants to help. He switched up from a solo game to a squad, if you catch my drift.
I said I never killed nobody. That's a lie.
Leon, you criminal, I would never have guessed. I mean, nothing in the movie up to this point made me think that you'd done anything illegal, of course.
What you turn me back to, man? Got a gun too.
Hold up, time out, like, did he shoot his dick off? Look at it from this angle. He cannot be shooting above the waist.
Somebody, just forgive me.
He who seeks forgiveness shall find it.
Really? Is that all it takes, Father? Like, he shoots a dick off and he is forgiven.
I went to the street and sold the rest of our stuff.
Wow, I never told nobody that.
The timer hits 0 and, of course, right on cue again, in comes Creep.
Why are you here?
We know part of the answer. We've got some of it.
All or nothing.
He's actually more chatty than you would think for a villain, which I will be honest with you, I found fucking refreshing.
I'll see you in hell.
Leon gets his double tap and we move on to the next 10-minute increment.
I know.
Father finally chimes in though, and he knows something. Well, obviously they all know something, but like, are starting to hint that he knows something.
I figured out why I'm here. I know what we have done to the man that holds us captive.
But before we get ahead of ourselves...
Spill it!
I can't.
What do you mean you can't? Come on,
What
Father!
was said to me was said in confidence. I can't repeat it.
He's a man of the cloth, so he is not allowed to say.
People are dead because of you.
You don't know that to be true.
The hell I don't, cocksucker! Leon lay there dying. But at least he had the balls to speak his mind even though it went against his own fucked up judgment. And now you're gonna have all of us die because you're gonna keep quiet behind some collar and dusty oath?
For once, I'm now siding with Prick, and that feels weird to say. I don't know how I feel about that. It's a lot of shouting at each other, and to be fair, tensions, I would imagine, would be high in a situation like this.
We know Greeley robbed Chan's liquor store. And we know Kelly prosecuted him.
Okay, well that's 2 out of 9, Eddie.
Finally, the Prick steps up and just gives us that little bit more that we were looking for.
8 years ago, this old man came in and slapped me around in front of my crew.
I went back to his pawn shop. That night. Yeah, I went back and I firebonded. Boom! I didn't know he lived upstairs in an apartment with his grandkids.
Now onward to the cop. We've kind of forgotten about him. So what did he do?
He beat the hell out of this kid. He looked at me and he asked me if I wanted to join in.
It was my first year out on the street.
So you beat the kid?
Yeah, but goddamn, I'm not proud of it.
Well, did you go to internal affairs?
No.
Oh, he's also a piece of shit. Good to know.
So why would your old partner pull you down here if you never turned him in or told anyone?
It wasn't my partner. I was thinking maybe the kid finally tracked us down, not for beating him up, for blinding him.
They start hitting out with some logic, and again, Sully is firing on all cylinders right now.
If your old partner is still alive, wouldn't it make sense that he'd be in here with us?
Yeah, that's just a dead end. Another dead end.
Here we move on to 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗱𝗃.
When I was in college, we had some girls, strippers, over for a party. We were all drinking, and I spent some time with one of them. We both got really drunk, and...
You banged her.
Yeah.
I have made it with a woman.
Jesus Christ. That's probably not why we're all here, but sure.
I'm just trying to help.
They are sticking to this robbery until Father lets out a little gesture that he knows something about it.
There's nothing else with the robbery, I promise you.
What was that, Francis?
This cocksucker here is about ready to crack, and I'm pretty damn interested to hear what he has to say.
Oh, thank God for that, Sully. Here was me thinking he was going to be all open and honest, acting like that.
What if I said that I knew for a fact that Wade Greeley did not rob Chan's store?
Thank God he finally chimes in. Well, maybe not God.
Has anyone ever been to confession in the San Fernando Valley? It has to be Christian. You all saw the father's face when I couldn't remember the Hail Mary. I reminded him of Christian. He forgot the same prayer earlier, remember? What could Christian have told Father Francis?
At this point, I have no idea what's happening, by the way. Like, I don't know where this is going to go and how they fit in. Do you have an idea? Like, at this point, are you just lost? I'm giving you all the facts you need, by the way, as well. It'll be interesting if you can piece this together soon.
You got the wrong man, prosecutor. Wade Greeley's the wrong guy.
I had the evidence against him.
The cop seems more shocked than anybody, though.
I mean, this is a whole new ballgame now.
Holy shit. Christian got out of jail the same time Chan's store was robbed.
So what does that have to do with me?
What happens to people who don't pay you?
If they owe a little, I go for their knees. If they owe a lot, I go for their jugular.
Yeah, well, does Christian look like the type of kid who could take a beating?
So Christian got out of jail, needed the money, robbed Chan's, and then used that money to pay back 𝗟𝗟. That is what we know so far. I mean, it's obviously the robbery is the centre point here. It'd be pretty unfortunate if these 9 had, like, had another tie to each other somehow. 𝗟𝗟 is the slowest in the room all of a sudden.
So what? What are you saying? I loaned some dead dumbass $5 grand and that's what I'm gonna die for?
The kid needed a motive, and I think you're it.
Creep finally comes on in.
Oh, hey there, asshole!
Why are you here?
And yeah, that mask is... it's more creepy than silly. I'll put my hand up to that. It's creepy now. 𝗟𝗟 is only aggressive now.
I don't regret anything. I wouldn't do a damn thing different. What's the matter? You don't like that, do you dirty revenge-seeking pussy?
And I think I can speak for all of us when I say, thank fuck. He's just annoying me now.
You want the satisfaction of me begging for my life, don't you? Fuck you.
Oh, come on, creep. Kill him. Do it for us. Do it for all of us watching right now.
It's not your turn. It's Eddie's.
Me?
Never mind, Creep moves on over to Eddie, who is now on the block until...
Tell me why I'm here.
Bloody hell. Let's hope Father is a revivalist. Not gonna lie, I had to Google a little bit about religion to make that joke. Worth it. He goes in for another kill until the cop reminds him of his own rules.
One person dies every 10 minutes. That's what you said.
Now Kelly, on the other hand, yeah, she's going for the heartstrings.
Okay, I think I speak for all of us when we say we wish we could go back and change history, but we can't. Wade Greeley?
Fair play to Kelly though, she is making some solid progress here until...
Whatever it is you want, I can make that happen. You understand what I'm telling you, Wade?
I'm not Wade Greeley.
𝗟𝗟 just does not quit this $5 grand thing. Like, that is all that's on his mind.
I've spent $5 grand on a bottle of whiskey without a care in the world.
𝗟𝗟, we get it.
They are really sticking to Greeley being the guy until they now see that the timeline just doesn't add up for that.
How many years he got in prison?
Armed robbery, assault, no plea, 5 years maybe.
Well, then the years don't add up.
Eddie and Kelly are having it out now.
You've been riding me and picking on me this whole time. What is your problem?
I might be dead in 10 minutes, that's my fucking problem!
I think we all know who's next.
And nobody really brings up the fact that, even still, Eddie is not connected to the story.
Well, what about you, Jackson? We still don't know why you're here.
They all just keep kicking off at each other for a while, by the way. Like, I'll save you that.
Well, look who's growing some balls.
Eventually, though, we come to an epiphany.
You think Leon sold the gun to Christian that he used to rob Chan's liquor store?
𝗟𝗟 gave Christian the motive for the robbery. Leon gave him opportunity. Chan identified the wrong man. Kelly locked him up. Father Francis didn't go to the cops after he found out the truth. Okay, so that leaves Jackson, me, and Coogan. But we can all agree that this all started with Christian borrowing money from 𝗟𝗟. Between that and Greeley going to jail is our new timeline.
Uh-oh. Epiphany aside, we do not have time to discuss.
Jackson, I hope you die for getting me into this.
Jackson got you into this. What does that mean?
What does what mean? Look, we have like seconds left till he comes in.
See, so far, I genuinely feel really sorry for Nung. Like, if this story is right, all that's happened is it was her store that got robbed and she identified the wrong person. Fuck, for all we know, she did say it right, but the officers just don't speak Spanish either. Like, she seems like the most innocent part in this. And Kelly, she is sus for sure, right? But her part was just putting the wrong guy away. Like, that could have been genuine. It's not great. It could have been a genuine mistake.
Why are you here?
Because this bitch knows something and she won't talk.
我求你不要杀我呀！你的儿子死了，那不是我的错。好吧，放我走，放我走啊！
Kaylee tries to relate to Creep again, and it turns out those 2 years to plan it, yeah, they're fucking coming in handy now.
Okay, my son needs his mommy. Please, you're a human being. You can understand me.
Your son William goes to the Sacred Heart School where he's picked up every day. Do not use your child as an excuse. It pisses me off. It should piss you off as well.
Looks like you might be a dad, Jackson.
Oh, fuck, we get a bombshell. I did not see that coming.
I didn't think I could.
Neither did he, I suppose. It has gotten heightened recently, so Eddie just tries to pick up the pace again.
I forgive you, but we have to get out of here alive.
Do you want to die?
Top marks, Eddie.
You remember what I was going through, Jackson? The mother and son, the abortion case, 2 in a row, lost.
Did she just make a pun? Like a pretty dark one at that, but I've got to respect it, Kelly. That's my job, though.
You know, I had to have a conviction or I was on my way out. I was the lowest on the totem pole and no one was taking me seriously. I had to win at all costs.
Right, so she's desperate for a conviction. So chances are, it wasn't genuine.
What did you make me do, Kelly?
There's a cop. He fucking planted evidence, didn't he? I know it. He's planted the evidence.
Chan grabbed Christian by the head and got a few hairs, so I knew I just had to get some of Wade's hair and make the switch.
Oh, fuck, he did. Called it. I know it was like immediately, but I did call it in my notes. I called it. I'm taking that one. What's up next? Well, flashback time, of course.
So I snuck the sample out of the lab. I got a few hairs from Wade's comb and I couldn't get the sample back into the evidence room.
Wait, she was concerned that the affair they were having was about to go public. Like, she just said it, right?
It's rewind time.
Combine that with budget cuts and an affair with Jackson that was growing more public every day, and it doesn't look good.
And then she goes and does this in a public space. She really isn't that fucking smart, is she? Like, at all. Are you guys ready for the next bombshell, though?
Did you see how upset he got when Kelly tried to use her son for pity?
Do not use your child as an excuse. It pisses me off.
I mean, if it's not really Wade, then maybe it's his father.
Ah, we're connecting the dots now, baby. We are firing on all cylinders. We are hurtling towards the finale.
Christian couldn't have known Wade Greeley. Christian got out of prison before Wade Greeley went in. But Coogan, knowing Wade Greeley, that's a possibility.
That just leaves me.
Creep comes back in and it is now time to win him round.
Why are you here?
Look, we think it has something to do with what happened to your son after he went to prison.
No, look, you asked Sully if he would change, knowing what he's done. Well, I guarantee you ask anyone in this room now, and we would change. We would change for the better.
Now speak for yourself, kiss ass.
Oh, never mind. Sully's going down now.
I'd rather go out in style.
It looks like he bit his blood capsule just a little bit too soon, but yep, he's down like that. It looks fake. It's real in the context here. It doesn't fucking look it.
Maybe we do deserve to die.
I just wish I knew why.
You're both ready to die? Well, fuck you both. Okay, never give up.
Whoa. Kelly now goes into a pretty dark tale.
What could possibly be worse than this?
Some sweaty, bald-headed bastard grabbed me from behind, threw me in his van.
She does go on for a bit, and I'll just let you know now that there was some guy that didn't quite ask if she was up for it before he did his thing, to put it very lightly for YouTube. I mean, you know what I mean. She then battered him and ran off, and when I say battered him...
I hit him again. And then I hit him again, and I just kept swinging, and he just kept screaming.
Oh, Kelly, you're darker than I first thought. I like it. It's a good look on you, Sabrina. Sorry, Kelly. Eddie now breaks the silence here with one of the worst questions you can ever open up to a room. I mean, take a second. What do you think Eddie's about to ask?
And I promise you, I will live through this, and I will survive at all costs.
What about rape?
Fuck's sake, Eddie. Him in that fucking sweater vest.
Holy shit.
We now start thinking back to Coogan, and like, you just cannot get rid of that guy.
We all heard Coogan. He didn't care if it was boys or girls. And if he was in the same prison with Wade, why not a 20-year-old kid?
Right, where are you going with this, Eddie?
When Greeley came in here and shot him, what did Coogan say? He said something about splatter and killing everyone or something like that. What if the joke was about something else? His blood, for instance. His infected blood. What if Coogan had AIDS?
What the hell?
Holy shit, this is actually a pretty good story.
It starts with Christian borrowing money from Sully, but then he loses that money after a bad drug deal and ends up in jail. When he gets released, he buys a gun from Leon, uses it to rob Chan's liquor store because he still owes Sully the money. Then Chan picks Wade Greeley out of the lineup.
I still maintain, Nung did not deserve to die.
Kelly makes sure the evidence fits her case and uses Jackson to secure that evidence against Wade for the trial. Father Francis learns the truth during confession, but being bound by God, says nothing. Wade ends up in prison where he has a run-in with Coogan.
Wade must have been one of the applicants for the new AIDS drug. Part of my job was to turn down applicants.
That's it. We've cracked the case. Did you crack the case? We've cracked the case, people. Just in time as well, because Creep walks in.
So why are you here?
Oh, Jesus, Creep, keep the hood up. He looks like someone attempted to clone the Blue Man Group.
So why are you here?
Eddie, though true to form, is still the worst for first impressions.
Because your son died of AIDS. He contracted it in prison from Coogan. Your son could be alive today if we all hadn't turned our backs on him.
He was so beautiful.
Oh damn, they did crack it. They cracked the case. The mask is very much off now, metaphorically and literally. And it's Daddy-O getting some sweet revenge.
My son was a very brave and lovely boy, and all of you made sure that he would never grow up to be a man. But it didn't have to end this way. Any one of you could have prevented his death. But you all saw him as a son.
And this is it. Now the gang is free to go, so he's true to his word at least.
When we leave here, my life will end, but you will all still have yours. Just remember this. Remember what it is you have done. And I hope that it haunts you until the day you die.
Okay. Well, that seems a bit anticlimactic. Like, he even called the police on himself.
The police are already here. They're in the building. Unlock yourselves, and the other two.
Never mind, Kelly is on the aggressive.
No matter what you do.
You don't get to make any more decisions. You don't get to do or say anything.
Jesus, this anymore.
Eddie, the voice of reason, tries to chime in once again.
You can't have anyone know what I've done, Jackson.
She's gonna kill us, don't you? Shut up, Eddie. Let me handle this.
Shut up, Eddie.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Eddie. I love that, what's that, like 3 or 4 times now? Eddie is just getting slapped down.
I'm not gonna say anything, I swear. I just want to go home.
She won't do it though, will she? Like, she is Sabrina after all. Like, I know she's not Sabrina in this movie, but she is Sabrina.
So everybody's been watching. Everybody now knows who the real Kelly Murphy is.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
I think we all do. You just killed 2 guys. What else are you capable of?
Good luck.
Thanks.
She dips finally, and the police are rolling through the warehouse now.
Clear.
Oh damn, these cops know their stuff. Look at this. Kelly manages to dip round the corner, and now we just fade out to black. And there we have it. That was 9 Dead. That movie was actually not bad at all for me. As I said, I love a movie like this, where there's a group of people and the story just unfolds slowly and somewhat naturally over the course of the movie. And even at that, the pace of the movie was really good at unfolding it, and the final story, it didn't feel ham-fisted. Like, 9 seems excessive. I understand they all played a role in it, so a fair play movie. Like, I wasn't annoyed how the connection came out. R.I.P. Nung though. Like, I still mean, yep, she did not deserve to die whatsoever. Hell, even the cop, like, he didn't know he was convicting the wrong person. So, again, that was a bit shit.
Holy shit.
Like, if the guy had done 2 years of research, sure, bring Nung in, but don't kill her. Like, take her out the room and hide her somewhere. Do you know what I mean? It is shite that Kelly managed to live by the end. Like, I wonder who made that decision. Oh, I wonder. It's definitely her. It's almost as though Melissa Joan Hart just had Sabrina, like, it's such a weight on her shoulders still, like she wanted to move on from it. So she had to do the most opposite Sabrina thing she could. Here we go. And just to call it back, now that you've seen the movie, how fucking wrong was that front cover? And I'm going to get way too critical here. There's no toilet in the room. They all got their bags taken off at the same time, so there's nobody with and without bags. They're either all on or all off, other than like the 30 seconds they came off. Nobody is just left dead in the middle of the room, and also, no gun is just sat in the middle like that. Like, the front cover is just an utter lie. Like, that is the clickbait of movies. That being said, although it clearly tried to look like Saw 1, I can't help but feel that it really leaned into Saw 5 more than any others. And again, this is if it's to be a Saw film, of course. Because you remember in Saw 5, there was the people going through the traps, they were all connected in some way. Kind of similar to this, you know, with journalists, insurance and things like that.
I'm an investigative journalist for The Herald.
But all that aside, I actually had a really good time with this movie. I enjoyed the characters. There were some stereotypes more than others. I could have done with dialing it back just slightly. Like if they're at a 10, just bring it down to an 8. Do you know what I mean? Fuck. Some of the dialogue was a little ham-fisted. Some of it caught me wildly off guard as well, which I imagine it did for you as well. And if anything, that just kept me on my toes all the more. So what did you make of 9 Dead? Is it one that you've seen before? Have you just seen it today? And did you suss out what was going to be the case? Like, him being the dad, I could have guessed earlier. Like, as soon as we seen that kid's photo, you thought, it's going to be the dad, right? Wouldn't have guessed that was how they were connected though. Like, that fucking well done you. And if you've made it this far and you haven't yet, please do consider hitting like and subscribe. Really helps out the channel, makes it seen by more people. I just fucking love to see it. And of course, the big thank you to the members on the channel, which you'll be here or here. I'm really bad at the mirror camera thing, but fucking, you're awesome. Thank you. And now that's everything covered off here. As always, thank you so much for watching.